We're going to start very simply. Let's warm up our biceps. And then we'll add into it. And I'm going to remind you to work at what level challenges you, right? Sometimes we have better days for balance and then others not as much. I want you to add to this though. I want you to step to the side and bring your toe in. And step to the side and bring your toe in. Stay pulled up in your core. That always helps with balance because balance comes from the core, right? And take it slow because we're going to challenge it a little more and pick up this knee and step and pick up this knee. Go to the side so you're changing direction, right? And start to slow it down best you can, right? Just to challenge yourself. And some of you may be able to go even slower than this, but I love getting two things done at once. So we're working our muscles, our biceps, and our balance. Very good. Give me 4 more. Slow it down. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Excellent. Moving on. Let's start with just some upward rolls. Working our shoulders. Shoulders can get so stiff, so we want them to be strong. Now we're going to add into this and hamstring with just 1 pull-up. So I'm lifting the opposite arm from the hamstring. And again, I'm trying to challenge myself and go slow enough that I feel a little off balance. It's in being off balance and catching yourself that we stimulate those balance reflexes, right? Pull up, and up. Good, and as slow as you can take it. If you can do it slower, go for that. That would be great. So working the shoulders and the hamstrings and our balance. Keep trying to slow it down. I have one side better than the other. You can see that, right? But we still work both sides. Give me just 2 more. Hold it and hold it. Excellent. Let's get off the balance for a minute and just work our upper back. I want you to pull up in your posture, soften your knees, and a slight tilt forward. Because let's do some feel good, flies out to the side. Just to work those shoulders, right? And squeeze them. And let's get to the minimum of 10. So I'm thinking at least 6 more. 5 more. 4 more. Good. Keep that posture. Pull in that core. Give me 2 more. And 1 more. Good. I want you to start with your heel forward. Okay? Toe is lifted. And just lift that up to the front. Practicing your balance. Just lift it up to the front. That's it. And now we're going to add the opposite arm, thumb to the ceiling, deltoid lift. Right? Again, pulling up, getting a strong foundation. Right? Spread out those toes in your shoes. Giving us a good base. You're doing great. You can see I'm really concentrating too. Thumb is up and we're just going to the corner. Slowing it down now a little bit. And not feeling bad if we fall off of it. That's fine. Other side. Gonna lift that up and set it down. And lift it up and set it down. Oh, this side, my hip is tight, so I feel this one's gonna be a challenge for me. And up and down. Now thumb to the corner and down. And thumb to the corner and down. Pull up and down and slow it down and slow it. There's a challenge for me. And slow it down. Give me 2 more. And up and down and up and down. Very good. I want you to do toe forward and just do a squat, okay? But as we squat, we're going to practice our balance by simply lifting that foot and setting it down. Lifting that foot, making sure you're setting back. Hips go back and down, and back and down, and back and down. And again, try to slow it down a little bit. Make sure the hips are going back over your heel, and back. Give me 1 more, and back. Good. Other side. So just sit back first, get your center, and as we go back, pick that foot up and set it down. And pick that foot up and set it down. You're really working your hips as well, strengthening them as you squat to the back. And squat. Good. Let's do 4 more. Stay pulled up though. 3 more. Sit back. 2 more. Whew, this one's making me sweat. Breathe. Good, let's get off the balance for a minute. And we're gonna reach forward, pull these in to squeeze those triceps back, and then just stretch them back and bring them in. You can soften your knees a little bit, but stay pulled up in your core. And in. Good, look at those muscles you're working. And forward. And in, and back, and good. Let's get at least 10. So let's say we need 6 more. Squeeze the backs of those arms. 5 more. Breathe. Sometimes when we're working so hard, I know I can hold my breath and not even know it. Squeeze them back, and forward, and in, and back. And give me 3 more. 2 more. Good, and just 1 more. Very well. Whew. Let's go back to balance. I want you to bring your arms chest center, or I should say your weights. And on the way up, I want you to reach up into that cupboard, putting something on that top shelf and stretching your back, right? So you're reaching overhead and in, and reaching overhead and in, and reaching overhead and in. Good. Now, let's add the opposite foot reaching back. And I'm going to turn sideways because I want you to see how my heel is off the floor as I practice this balance. Heel off the floor and in. And heel off the floor and in. Stretch it up, slow it down. And it seems like as we go through the balance practices, it gets easier. And that's why we practice. So balance becomes just a reflex and a conditioning of the muscles and the brain too. And in, up, and in, and up. Very good. Let's finish with just a very simple one we've done before. So back it up, put the weights on your shoulders, and let's do our walk the line. One of the best ones you can do. And you can either walk a plank, or you can do heel to toe, right? And you've got the weights on your shoulders to kind of teeter your balance a little bit to make it a little more challenging. And 1 more. Good. Now I want you to hold that position. Take your head to the side and front, and side, and front, and side, and front, and side. Good. Let's bring these down and reverse it, going backwards. Now either feet on a plank, heel to toe is even better, right? Keep your head up. Good. And backwards. And backwards. And backwards. And one more. Whew. This time let's take our head up and center and down and center and up and center and down. And there you have it, in less than 10 minutes, a little balance practice. Now if you want to run through it again, just rewind and go back to the beginning, all right? You'll probably find that you do even better the second time through. But try to practice your balance twice a week so that you keep those reflexes ready. We want to avoid a nasty fall. Hey, it's a new year, and I want to ask you if you can help us keep going with this channel in the fact that if you haven't subscribed, hit that red button. It'll just guarantee that you get our new video every time we publish one. We don't share your email addresses, there's no cost, so help us to grow in this new year. And here's to feeling good.